Going outside? Come on. Tell me, where do we go? We're going to talk about resort fees, but you don't know what those are. Oh, it's so hot. You asked for it. So if you like staying at the Aria, the Bellagio, or the Vdara, coincidentally the three nicest resorts that the MGM owns here, you're going to pay a little bit more. Hi, I'm Steven, not leaving Las Vegas. Let's talk about some news and give you some commentary and an opinion on how silly this is. Okay, so it was announced August 1st. Somebody that watches my channel sent me an email, and you can email me below, that, hey, guess what? They're increasing resort fees for just 3 resorts in Vegas. $6 increases from $39 to $45 for the Bellagio, the Aria, and the Vdara, which happen to be the nicest resorts that MGM has. Those are the crown jewels of their collection out here in Vegas, so to speak. And it comes at a time when MGM is actually downsizing their entire workforce. Yeah, they laid off a bunch of people. So big corporation lays off a bunch of people and then decides that they're gonna charge you more money. But they're doing just fine, thank you. Could you imagine if you owned a store and you had to lay off a bunch of employees and you tell people that it's because you're going into the digital age and you're going to sell things online, which is a higher profit margin, and then you increase all of your prices? How many of your customers would actually come back to you? Well, evidently, the powers that be that are super smart geniuses at MGM Resorts International think that this won't be anything, ain't no thing, like a chicken wing, as they say. Who says that? Nobody says that. And that this will be totally fine. Everything's fine, just fine. MGM 2020 is their overarching digital strategy, and that's going to get them into the digital realm of reducing and downsizing. Meanwhile, on the other hand, you have Eldorado resorts coming in, buying Caesars Entertainment, and people that work for those resorts not knowing what's going to happen and if they're going to have a job. And you know, I'd love to say that the market in Vegas is so good that they can do this, but when you're going to fire people and then ask your customers for more money, it seems ridiculous. And for the record, this brings the average resort fee price up to, for these hotels, up to $51 and some pennies, which is more money than it would have cost for you to stay at these resorts during the economic downturn, period. You know, I think it's Life in Las Vegas, baby. He had a really good video on resort fees, and I didn't even know it, according to him, and it's a good researched video. You should go watch that. I'll put the link in the description below. All these resort fees actually started with the local hotels and resorts, and there were ways to bundle different fees they would have charged you anyways. Fees for the internet, fees for the pool, for towel service, fees for parking. So we'll just throw them into one little fee. But it's out of control, I think, and I'm interested to know what you think. And I did a video a while back on the channel, and if I can ever remember to do a card, I'll put a card somewhere up here and it'll slide in and it'll say click this, and then you can watch it, talking about how as long as we are willing to pay these fees, this is what's going to happen. We're going to get reamed over and over, because it's not going to stop at $51. Eventually the resort fees will be $75, and they're claiming that they're just going with the local market. This is just what the market dictates. It's not a big deal. Well, it actually is a big deal. It's a big deal when you put the resort fees up and the resort fees are not built into the tax like they are in some states and some jurisdictions, and the resort fees are just randomly, arbitrarily changing as you see fit. Because why? I guess because you want to have some more money in your coffers. And you might say it's only $6, but when you look at the thousands and thousands and thousands of rooms that these resorts encompass, it's not just $6. I mean, it's $6 on a grand scale. It's 2,000 rooms here, 2,000 rooms there, 2,000 rooms there. It gets up on a long weekend to be hundreds of thousands of dollars of extra room revenue that these hotels are taking in, while at the same time they are downsizing. They're doing silly things like, this is not these resorts, but Caesar's Palace has something that says, put your drink in the mini fridge, pay $75 for your personal water that you bought at the ABC store that you just want to keep cold for when you go out next time. What's next? Ice machines that basically charge you money, or if you use them, you put your key card on them and they charge you to go to the ice machine and fill up your bathroom sink in your suite, so you can chill some cold beverages. It's not going to stop. And what gets me is, like, working in timeshare, people get down on timeshare resorts and they say, well, timeshare is a big scam. It's a giant ripoff. But is it really? Because if you stay at a timeshare resort, they don't charge you a resort fee. You have a refrigerator in your room, and you can do whatever the heck you want in that room for the most part. And at least you don't have to pay a resort fee. That makes the average cost of 4 days in Las Vegas shoot up $200 worth of resort fees. In some places, you can book your entire room for that price. So do the math. Let's say the room cost was $200 a night during a busy weekend. That's $800 for you to be in the room, plus the resort fee is an extra $200, and that's $1,000 just for you to get off the plane and have a place to sleep in Vegas. That's nice enough that you don't have to worry about quality standards. And they're firing and laying off employees. What do you think about that? I'd be curious to know. Leave your comments below. My name's Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. I should have done this at the beginning of the video, but I'm a full-time Vegas blogger who talks about Vegas news, views, things you can use, and so on and so forth. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and we'll talk to you in another one. Let's go watch my cat hunt for a minute, huh? What are you doing? Huh? Dun, 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 dun. Got trash in our backyard, Blackjack. You're the worst hunter ever. But I love you, kid.